Okay.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Chef AJ Live. I'm your host, Chef AJ, and this is where I introduce you to amazing people like you who are doing great things in the world that I think you should know about. Well, today is the first Tuesday of the month, which means it's time for Tuesday with Thomas. This is when we feature a special flavor of my favorite balsamic vinegars, California Balsamic, and the CEO of California Balsamic, Tommy Balsamic, where he makes recipes submitted by you, the viewer. And if you submit a recipe, you get a couple of free bottles in the flavor of your choice. So the flavor this month is pomegranate, perfect in time for the holidays. And Thomas will be demonstrating 3 quick and easy, healthy and delicious recipes using pomegranate California Balsamic. Take it away, Tommy.
Good afternoon, Chef. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another broadcast of Tuesdays with Thomas. I always prefer Tommy Balsamic because, Chef, that's the cutest name I've ever been given. Thank you. So today we've got 3 recipes, and they all look similar, but boy, they taste significantly different. So there's a salsa, there's a bulgur, and there's a mung bean. And I'm going to have Chef explain a little bit about the other 2 because I'm not familiar with the second 2 recipes. But it's Christmas season. We are silly busy at the warehouse. A half an hour ago, Ethel and I were back there trying to get out as many orders as possible. We are buried with orders, which is always normal. And it's the holiday season. Nothing's new about that. But anyway, I want to start off with recipe number 1. And it's a pomegranate avocado bean salad. And it goes like this. There's 1 can of 15-ounce black beans, rinsed and drained. Now, any bean really will work. You can do, the white bean, you can do the pinto, whatever bean makes you happy. 2 cups of pomegranate seeds, 1 small jalapeno minced with the seeds removed. Now, if you like it hotter, serrano peppers, that's the key if you want a bigger kick. There's 1/4 cup of red onion chopped, 1 large avocado diced, and 1 tablespoon of fresh lime juice. If you want to use lemon, that's fine with me. A tablespoon of pomegranate balsamic and fresh ground pepper to taste. Now, super simple. In a bowl, combine all the ingredients and stir until smooth. Serve with air-fried tortilla chips and enjoy. Be sure to refrigerate the leftovers. And here is that one right there. So that's it. My darling bride, Ethel, in her Christmas outfit out there is as beautiful as always. Thank you. Carol Merrill here is here. For all you over 50 years old who know who Carol Merrill is, that's always cute. So that's recipe number 1. Cannot get any easier. And that is an outstanding dish. We made that just a half an hour ago. It whips together super easy. And we all tried it. And so we're going to take that back with some little air fried chips and munch on that with a little salsa and chips. So life is good. All right. So numero dos. Second recipe today is a pomegranate mung bean salad. Chef, if you remember, back in our comedy routine that we did together, we had 1 little joke in our skit that was about mung beans. And I said in there, what the hell is a mung bean? And please explain what mung beans are.
Well, I have to Google it because I really am not a legume expert. So what is a mung bean? The mung bean, alternatively known as the green gram, is a plant species in the legume family. The mung bean is mainly cultivated in the East, Southeast, and South Asia. It is used in an ingredient in both savory and sweet. Never heard it called the green gram. It kind of looks like soybeans almost.
I agree with you. Just for looking at it, that I have to say that the mungs are really small green. They look like little small peas, that are kind of olive in color. But
they often make mung bean sprouts. People often sprout them, and they have mung bean sprouts.
Oh, way cool! All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so pomegranate mung bean salad. For the mung beans, Start off with 1 cup of mung beans, 1/4 cup of red onions, finely chopped, 2 teaspoons of turmeric powder, 2 teaspoons of cumin or coriander powder, a teaspoon of garlic powder, 3/4 cups of pomegranate seeds, 3 tablespoons of pomegranate balsamic, and for the garnish, 2 tablespoons of red onions, finely chopped, 2 tablespoons of pomegranate seeds, 1.5 teaspoons of lime juice, another teaspoon of pomegranate balsamic, and if you're a cilantro fan, some chopped cilantro. I, of course, do not have the cilantro gene in my DNA, and I can't do cilantro if you pay me. Just can't eat it. It tastes like soap, as so many people. Half the world thinks it tastes like soap, and the other half love it. So good for them. Now, and that's what it looks like there, out there, and now, this is for the directions and how to put it all together. Put the mung beans in a small bowl with 2.5 cups of hot water and let them soak overnight. In the morning, drain the mung beans and set aside. To cook the mung beans, add a pot of 4 cups of water with the mung beans and boil them for 13 minutes until they can be easily mushed. Drain the mung beans, keeping the water, because the mung bean water makes an excellent vegetable broth, and you can store it and refrigerate it for several days. In a hot pan, add 1/4 cup of the red onions with a teaspoon of water and saute for a couple of minutes on medium heat, adding water as always as needed. Add the turmeric powder, the cumin, coriander, garlic powder, and the balsamic vinegar and stir them well. Add the cooked mung beans to the pot, mix well, and cut the heat after 2 more minutes. Add the lime juice, the pomegranate seeds, and mix them well and transfer to the serving bowls. You can garnish with the onions, pomegranate seeds, lime juice, balsamic, and the cilantro. Serve and enjoy. And so that was the dish right there. And we, of course, kept the mung bean water because we were told to do that so we could use it at some other date. So that's it. There's mung beans for you, Chef. It's a classic here. And I have to say,
what are you going to do with that soaking water?
Oh, so the soaking water we used as part of, put that water into the just for the water that we're going to cook them in, just because that's got flavor in it. So we used it.
Oh, nice.
And so that worked out really well. And of course, the cumin, the turmeric, or the coriander, those are strong spices. And so if you're really into strong flavors, that bad boy is strong, and you'll get your money's worth out of flavor with that for sure. So, and it's a very nice Indian dish for that. So all is well. So that's recipe number 2 for the mung beans. I will always have a soft spot in my heart for mung beans after our comedy skit. So life is good.
When are you getting back to comedy already, Thomas?
Next year, when we're not as busy and we're, not working at the warehouse 5 days a week, that's when we'll have extra time to do all that. So I am looking forward to next year very much. So now back to the story. California Balsamic, formerly known as Trade Classique, we've been a festival business since 1999. And the first year that we started going to shows, we only went to 2 shows, but we went to several farmers markets. That was the way that we could keep the business going. And after 5 years, we were up to 10 to 15 festivals a year. And there was one year that we had 3 teams of we had 3 teams of us going to festivals, and we went to 115 festivals in a single calendar year. That was so out of control. Many of the festivals lost money, and we realized that quality is significantly better than quantity of festivals. And we've tried getting into stores. We got into Whole Foods. I'm sure I told you this before, but we got into Whole Foods. And after 4 months of being in 2 different Whole Foods markets in the Bay Area, we did not sell a single bottle. So it proves that you really have to sample our products to appreciate them. And that's why we've been, sending out little extra samples with every mail order for years and years. We actually tried doing home parties. So we looked for people to be hostesses for a home party, get their friends and family, like Tupperware parties. We did California balsamic home parties for about 2 years. And the first 15 home parties we did, people came in, sampled, made an order. The orders were sent to us, and then we shipped all the bottles back to the hostess, where she gave them to the people who had ordered them. And every order that we did, because we were so inexperienced that we're doing that, there was always at least 1 or 2 small mistakes in everyone. So we had to make the orders correct by sending a little extras to them. But it was a real challenge, and there was so much behind the scenes trying to get all these orders correct that we tried it for 2 years and said, this is too much work. So we stopped doing those. And at one point, we even put an ad into a trade publication for the festival industry called Sunshine Magazine. And we were looking for people in the Midwest, the South, and the East Coast to do festivals in their area. And these ads were extremely expensive, and we did not get a single response. And looking back, I'm probably glad we didn't, because sending hundreds of cases to people all over the country and having them sell a product that they're not familiar with, probably not a good idea. So we're glad that that little adventure didn't turn out. But that's what we've been doing. We're constantly trying new things. As a small business, you have to adapt. And COVID is the prime example of that. So that's the recap for our continual story. And Chef, shout out if there are any questions by our friendly viewers.
First of all, why don't you tell people where you're going to be on January 15th?
Oh, we're doing a wonderful event with Chef AJ in Sacramento. The name of the church is, I don't know.
The Seventh-day Adventist Winding Way Church in Sacramento.
That's where we'll be with our good friend Nick. Is going to be there. He and I will both be set up on the side at this event, and there'll be lots of good speakers, and we'll be there sampling all of our products for the day. So if you're in the Sacramento area, absolutely come on down, and you'll be able to sample Nick's products and ours. So life is good.
That's amazing. So tell people how they can submit recipes for next month and what the flavor is.
Right. So the flavor for next month is going to be one of your favorites, Chef. It's going to be the Spice Traders Curry Balsamic. And if you'd like to send us a recipe for a dish using the curry balsamic, be sure to send them to orders@californiabalsamic.com. And if you can take a picture of it, fantastic. Otherwise, we'll make the dish here and then take a picture of it. But if you have one already made, then by all means, send us the picture as well. And we'll be putting the recipes in our recipe page on our site. Chef, I think we have somewhere in the 125 to 130 SOS-free recipes that we've, had people submit to over the past 2 years. And that number is doing nothing but growing. We had a young lady today send us an email who said that her favorite barbecue sauce was equal parts of sweet heat, smoked hickory, and whatever mustard you like. Equal portions of that. And she said that is her absolute favorite barbecue sauce to put on her black bean burger. So I thought, oh, that sounds like a winner. So all good.
You want to hear a funny story? So I often put sweet heat on my sweet potatoes at lunch, on my roasted and air fried Hannah yams. And so I accidentally put blazing habanero on instead. Oh my God. And it's so hot. But then when I went back to the sweet heat tasted like it was so sweet. You know what I mean?
When you try one and go from one extreme to the other, people have said that many times over the years, that for people who like hot, blazing habanero isn't all that hot because the capsaicin molecule is something that has to adhere to a fat molecule, and with only balsamic vinegar, it doesn't adhere to the fat molecule. So there's no fat in it. So you cannot make a balsamic vinegar crazy hot because there is no fat in balsamic. So that's the little bit of chemistry about balsamic vinegar and peppers.
Well,
and finally, we've got one more recipe here, which is a pomegranate bulgur salad. Chef, explain to our friendly viewers about bulgur.
Well, bulgur's a form of wheat. It's a whole grain. It does contain gluten, but it's a very healthy whole grain. I've never had it because I'm allergic to wheat, but I hear it's very good.
All right, thank you. And this, were found at the co-op. Yeah, and we found at our local co-op the bulgur and the mung beans were found at our local co-op of not natural foods. So that's good to know. If there's something in Ukiah, I have to think that it's anywhere in the country. So the pomegranate bulgur salad is 1 cup of bulgur, 2 cups of sodium-free vegetable broth, and of course, we used our mung bean water for that. 1/2 cup of pomegranate seeds, 1/4 cup of mint finely chopped, 1/4 cup of parsley finely chopped. If you want to use basil, that's fine. 1/4 cup of vegan feta cheese crumbled. Of course, that's optional. 1/4 cup of raisins. I know we used in this one the golden raisins, which I like, but you can use whichever color raisins you like. 2 tablespoons of pomegranate balsamic, and a tablespoon of lemon juice, and 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Now, directions. To cook the bulgur, add the bulgur and the broth to a pot and cover and bring to a boil, then reduce to simmer and cook for 12 to 15 minutes until the bulgur is tender, and drain off any excess liquid. We did it for 13 minutes and there was no liquid in there at all, so it worked out just fine. While the bulgur is simmering, chop all the ingredients that need to be chopped and crumble the feta cheese. When the bulgur is finished, toss all the ingredients into a large bowl and serve warm or chilled. Thank you very much. And here is the bulgur salad right there. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Nice.
The crowd is going crazy.
Any new flavors next year?
We do have 2 new flavors that we're working on right now. They are the sun-dried tomato basil, as well as a jalapeno lime. So we're working on those right now, tweaking the recipes. We took them to the festival in Los Angeles at a couple last weekend, and we had hundreds of people sample them, giving us their feedback. Should the jalapeno be more or less? Should the sun-dried tomatoes be higher or lower? Those are going to come out probably in February because we need to. As much as we would like to put them out in January, we're just too busy, and we don't have time to experiment with them, and that is that. So that's a big out there.
Ellen says. Ellen says.
Finally,
Ellen says, I ordered from the California Balsamics last week for the first time. Look forward to trying. Welcome to our family of vinegar lovers, Ellen.
Well, welcome, Ellen. That's a wonderful thing. And another family member, so to speak. This is my sister, Nancy Cross, and she has been helping us here at the warehouse since last Wednesday, and she'll be helping us throughout the rest of the month. Oh my gosh. This is an organizational queen, and to help us with all this, all the orders and getting things organized. Thank you, because it has been a wonderful, wonderful thing to have her here, because we need the help. There were hundreds of orders on our site from the 1st of December, and we still have hundreds of orders on our site now. So we'll be heading back to the warehouse for more wrapping bottles and getting orders all wrapped up and sent out ASAP.
Very good. Well, thank you, Thomas.
All good, Chef, and we're looking forward to doing the curry balsamic. Because that's one of our all-time favorites. We make, I would imagine, 8 to 12 gallons of that every week. especially this time of year, because it's always been one of our best-selling flavors. So thank you for suggesting that we do that, several years ago.
One of the best ones. Here's a question from a live viewer. What do you think of apple cider vinegar? Does it have any future?
I would say for the apple cider vinegar is 6% acidity, which is much too tart for my taste, and it's not sweet at all. There's always going to be a certain percentage of people who like apple cider vinegar. I am not one of them. It's just too tart and not sweet enough, and that's why I've been using our 4% acidity balsamic that is thick, rich, and sweet for the last 12 years. And I know that based on from the previous company Trait Classique to what we have now, the 4% will always reign as the most popular. But we won't ever offer a flavored apple cider vinegar just because we have too many flavors as it is with our California balsamic line. It's just silly big now, and it's just going to do nothing but get bigger because, so, but if you do like a tart balsamic, our organic tart balsamic is only 10 calories and it's 6% acidity, but the key is it's organic. And that's what people have been asking us for years, is to make an organic balsamic. And eventually, if we can get Dr. Goldhammer to say that he would like us to make some flavored organic products, flavors for him, because we could do the ginger or the 7-herb Italian, the garlic, the teriyaki, all of those have organic ingredients and would fit beautifully with an organic balsamic. So that will happen in the future, I believe.
Nice. One of the live viewers is saying, I love the curry, probably my favorite. And Susan has a fun suggestion. What about a taco flavor? LOL.
Oh, a taco flavor. So I'll have to ask our friend Nick if he has a taco seasoning that's SOS free. And if he does, we'll absolutely do it.
Yeah,
so
that'd be kind of cool.
That's a good one. I like the idea.
Nice. Well, always a pleasure. And next month, we'll be doing some curry recipes. So guys, how long do they have to get the recipe in to be considered to win?
We needed a 1 week before the broadcast. So January, I'm not sure what the date for January would be. The first Tuesday.
It's the 3rd. It's January 3rd.
Okay. So, sometime in between Christmas and we're going to go down to visit Ethel's family and be back on the 27th. So as long as we had it by the 28th or 29th, that we would be able to make that if we need it. So please, by the 28th of December would be good. Perfect.
Well, thank you, Thomas. Always a pleasure.
Thank you, Chef. I will look forward to seeing you next month.
Great. And thanks all of you for watching. Oh, anything else you want to say?
Just happy holidays to all of our people watching out there, because it is the Christmas season.
Happy holidays. And thanks all of you for watching another episode of Chef AJ Live. Please come back tomorrow at the earlier time of 9 a.m. because my guest, who is Dr. Will Tuttle, is traveling.